Hi guys! My name is Jan, and in this video, I'll be talking about maxima and minima problems. It is one of the applications of derivatives.
In the previous section, we were dealing with problems of finding the properties of given functions, like the relative maximum and relative minimum values, intervals of concavity, and the likes. We shall now level things up a little by dwelling problems in which the first requirement is to find the function itself before we can discuss its properties. First, we shall look at problems which seek to find the largest, or the most, or the least, or the smallest, or the best, and the likes of certain quantities. These problems are what we call maxima and minima problems. One may find the following steps helpful in solving maxima and minima problems. Step 1. Draw a figure whenever possible. Step 2. Assign a letter to each of the quantities mentioned in the problem. Step 3. Choose the quantity which is to be maximized or minimized and express it as a function of the other quantities by making use of the information in the problem. And lastly, apply the theory in the preceding section. Find the critical values of the functions in step 3. One of these values may correspond to the required value in the problem. In the next slides, we will somehow review some helpful formulas that we can use in solving maxima and minima problems. Circle with radius r. Its area is equal to pi r squared and the circumference equals 2 pi r. Circular sector of radius r and central angle alpha, which is measured in radians. Its area is equal to 1/2 times alpha times r squared. Triangle of base B and altitude h. Its area is equal to 1/2 B times h. Trapezoid of base small b and capital B, and with altitude h. Its area is equal to 1/2 times capital B plus small b times h. Square of side x. Its area is equal to x squared, and the perimeter is equal to 4 times x. Rectangle of length L and width W. The area is equal to L times W, and perimeter equals 2L plus 2W. A rectangular box of length L, width W, and altitude h. The volume is equal to L times W times h. And if this box is closed, the total area of the sides equals 2LW plus 2LH plus 2WH. And if this box has an open top but closed bottom, the total area of the sides equals LW plus 2LH plus 2WH. And if this box has an open top and open bottom, the total area of the sides equals 2LH plus 2WH. Right circular cylinder of radius r and height h. The volume is equal to pi r squared h. And if the cylinder has an open top and bottom, the total area of the sides equals 2 pi r h. And if the cylinder has an open top but closed bottom, the total area of the sides equals 2 pi r h plus pi r squared. And if the cylinder has a closed top and closed bottom, the total area of the sides equals 2 pi r h plus 2 pi r squared. Right circular cone of base radius r and height h. The volume equals 1/3 times pi r squared h, and the area of the sides equals pi r times the square root of r squared plus h squared. And lastly, we have a sphere of radius r. The volume is equal to 4 over 3 times pi r cubed, and the area equals 4 pi r squared. So now let's have our first example. Find a number that exceeds its square by the greatest possible amount. What is the greatest possible amount of excess? First, we let x be a number, and e be the difference of x and x squared. That is, e equals e of x equals x minus x squared. And since the problem requires x to exceed x squared, e must be positive. In other words, x minus x squared must be greater than 0, which implies that x is between 0 and 1. This further implies that the value of x that will maximize e is in the closed interval 0, 1. And since e of x is continuous on the closed interval 0, 1, such a value exists. Now, get the first derivative of e, and that's e prime of x equals 1 minus 2x. Setting this to 0 will give us 1 minus 2x equals 0 and x equals 1 half. X equals 1 half can be a critical value. And now, test to check if this corresponds to a maximum. But first get the second derivative of e, and that's e double prime of x equals negative 2. So e double prime of 1 half equals negative 2, and that is less than 2, 0. And by the second derivative test, this implies that x equals 1 half corresponds to a relative maximum. Thus, the desired number is x equals 1 half. And the greatest value of e is e of 1 half equals 1 half minus 1/4 equals 1/4. Example number 2. A rectangular field having an area of 2,400 square meters is to be enclosed by a fence, and then divided into 2 lots by another fence set parallel to one of the sides. What must be the dimension of the field if the total amount of fencing material is to be smallest as possible? What is the smallest amount of fencing material needed? To answer this problem, let us first draw a sketch of this problem, which is shown in this figure. Now let x be the number of meters on one side of the lot, and y be the number of meters on the other side. Here, we assume without loss of generality that x is less than or equal to y, and that the additional fence is to be made parallel to the side with x meters. So since the area, x times y equals 2,400, y equals 2,400 over x. And if we denote f be the amount of fencing material, or it refers to the perimeter, then f equals f of x equals 3x plus 2 times 240 over x. And that is equal to 3x plus 480 over x. Now, since x is less than or equal to y, x squared must be less than or equal to 2,400. So x is less than or equal to 20 square root of x. And since x and y are non-negative, the value of x that will correspond to the minimum value of f must be in the interval 0 to 20 square root of 6. Now, get the first derivative of f. That is, f prime of x equals 3 minus 4,800 over x squared. And setting this to 0, 3 minus 4,800 over x squared equals 0, we get 3x squared equals 4,800, and dividing both sides by 3 and getting the square root, we have x equals 40, since x must be non-negative. Now, we get the second derivative of f, and that's f double prime of x equals 9,600 over x cubed. Then test x equals 40. So that's f double prime of 40 equals 9,600 over 40 cubed, and clearly that is greater than 0. So x equals 40 corresponds to the relative minimum value of f. Since x equals 40 corresponds to a relative minimum, then y equals 2,400 over x equals 2,400 over 40 equals 60. So the desired dimension of the field must be 40 meters by 60 meters. And the minimum fencing material needed is f equals f of 40 equals 3 times 40 plus 480 over 40, and that's equal to 240 meters. And for our last example, a box will be built with a square base and an open top. Material for the base costs 8 pesos per square foot, while the material for the sides costs 2 pesos per square foot. Find the dimension of the box of maximum volume that can be built for 2,400. For our solution, once again, we first need to draw the sketch of this problem, and this is shown by this figure. We let S be the length and H be the height. If C denotes the total cost of the material, then C equals 2,400 pesos. By looking at the figure, we can see that the cost of the base of the box is 8 squared pesos, and the total cost of the sides is 2 times 4 HS, and that's equal to 8 HS pesos. So, C equals 2,400 equals 8 squared plus 8 HS. And solving for H, we have H equals 2,400 minus 8 squared over 8s, and that's equal to 300 minus s squared over s. Now, if V is the measure of the volume of the box, then V equals V of S, that's equal to S squared times H, and that's equal to S squared times 300 minus S squared over S, and that's equal to 300S minus S squared. Now, we get the first derivative of V. That's V prime of S equals 300 minus 3S squared. Setting this to 0, 300 minus 3S squared equals 0 will give us S equals 10. Then we get the second derivative of V. That's V double prime of S equals negative 6S. Now test S equals 10. That's V double prime of 10 equals negative 6 times 10 equals negative 60, and that's clearly less than 0. So since V double prime of 10 is less than 0, S equals 10 corresponds to a relative maximum. And if S is equal to 10, then H equals 300 minus S squared over S equals 300 minus 10 squared over 10, and that's equal to 20. Consequently, given the total cost of 2,400, the box will have the largest possible volume if S equals 10 feet and H equals 20 feet. And the largest possible volume is V equals 300S minus S cubed. That's equal to 300 times 10 minus 10 cubed, and that's equal to 2,000 cubic feet.